With the first warm airs of spring, in the 6-week period between one season and the next, fishermen from many parts come to the slip yards at Hobart to prepare their craft for the crayfishing ahead. There is much to be done. Hulls to be scraped, woodwork painted, motors overhauled, and damage from a year's buffeting to be made good before the vessel is ready for its quarry, the shell-backed crayfish or spiny lobster. Hobart is one of a number of ports from which the fishermen operate. Most of these are scattered along the east coast, where the crayfish are plentiful. But the boats are not confined to these waters and may travel as far afield as the rugged cliffs of the southwest. The larger vessels may be the home of fishermen from a week to a month at a time. Their isolation is relieved by two-way radio, which gives weather forecasts, warnings, and messages from home. On a few of the boats, echo sounders chart the rocky floors where the crayfish live. With the position fixed, the crew set to and make ready the lines and the pots into which the crayfish are to be lured. These basket-like pots are made by the fishermen themselves with wire, cane, and pliant green sticks. The crayfish climbs down through the neck after the bait suspended inside. It is usually fish, sometimes shark meat. The buoys at each end of the line are distinctly colored, so they can be easily found again in rough weather. The pots may lie in water 20 to 300 feet deep, and the line must be fixed accordingly. Each one is clipped to the long line as it runs out over the rail. About 6 pots are attached in this way. They will lie on the seabed in more or less a straight line. The skipper travels about from one setting to another, keeping the boat continually on the move. The line is hauled up after 2 or 3 hours, although sometimes the settings are left down overnight. All day long, the boat moves about in close proximity to the pots. Down south, the swell comes rolling in from the roaring 40s, surging along for thousands of miles, with no land to break its force. But while the sea expands into the immensity of the world beyond the fisherman, to the Antarctic, America, and away to Africa, the scope of his life is bound by the activity he's come to follow. A shrewd fisherman knows every nook and cranny. A small dinghy is often used to get in close where a larger boat cannot go. The haul is profitable, with a constant demand on local and mainland markets, and an export trade to the USA. Until port is reached, the fish are kept alive in a well. The undersized crayfish by law go back into the sea. Larger ones are put into the well. When the floor has been covered, a grate is placed at a higher level to form another floor, so that the fish will not crush together. The roll of the vessel keeps the sea water continually fresh, otherwise fish would die. With the catch complete, the men prepare to get underway. In these waters, vessels carry sail in case of engine trouble. Friends may be near or they may be far. In time of danger, each vessel has to be self-reliant. Years of experience, sometimes passed on from one generation to another, develop a feeling for the weather, which keep a man's eye alert even on the homeward run. He may come to Triabunna or to any one of the small fishing ports along the coast. But in each case, he comes to the warm intimacy of town and harbour, where the hills beyond define with strength and vigour the land in which he lives.